Okay, so I need to tell you something about Donald Trump's money that most people do not fully understand. He has said publicly, repeatedly, on the campaign trail, in interviews, in his own books, that he is a self-made billionaire, that he took a small loan from his father and turned it into one of the greatest business empires in American history. That is the story he has told for 40 years. But here is what the actual numbers show. As of April 2026, Donald Trump's net worth is estimated at $6.3 billion by Forbes. That is nearly 3 times what it was at the start of 2024 when it stood at $2.4 billion. In 2 years his wealth nearly tripled. And the way he did it, the actual mechanisms, the actual money, the actual deals, is one of the most extraordinary financial stories of the modern era. And almost nobody is telling it properly. So let me tell you the full story. From the beginning. To understand Donald Trump's money you have to start with one person. His father, Fred Trump. Fred Trump was a successful New York City real estate developer who made his fortune building low-income and middle-income housing in New York's outer boroughs, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. He was not flashy. He was not famous. He built affordable housing and he was very good at it. And he gave his son Donald a level of financial support that most people could not even imagine. In 2018, the New York Times conducted one of the most detailed investigations into Trump's finances ever published. What they found was extraordinary. By the time Donald Trump graduated from the Wharton School of Business in 1968, he was already receiving the equivalent of $1 million a year from his father. Not as a one-time gift. Every year, $1 million. That number grew. By the time Trump was in his 40s and 50s, he was receiving the equivalent of more than $5 million a year from his father's wealth. The New York Times concluded that in total, Fred Trump transferred well over $1 billion in wealth to his children, Donald being one of 5. Now, Trump has publicly described his initial support from his father as a small loan of $1 million. The New York Times investigation told a very different story. And that gap between the story Trump tells about himself and what the documents actually show is the foundation of everything you need to understand about his finances. Trump took over his father's company in 1971 and renamed it the Trump Organization 2 years later. Where Fred Trump built affordable housing, Donald immediately pivoted to luxury. He wanted Manhattan. He wanted his name on buildings. He wanted to be famous. And in the 1970s and 1980s it worked brilliantly. One of Trump's earliest major deals was partnering with the Hyatt Corporation to purchase the Commodore Hotel in Midtown Manhattan in 1976. It was a struggling hotel in a struggling neighborhood. Trump and Hyatt renovated it and reopened it as the Grand Hyatt New York. 20 years later Trump sold his half-share to Hyatt for $142 million. In 1983 Trump Tower opened on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. It became the defining symbol of his brand. Gleaming, gold, ostentatious, exactly what he wanted the Trump name to represent. And here is the thing about Trump Tower that is important to understand. Trump did not just build it to make money from the building itself. He built it to build the brand. The Trump name on a tower in the middle of Manhattan became a product that he could license. He could put the Trump name on other buildings, hotels, golf courses, and products without having to actually own them, just collecting fees and royalties. This licensing model became one of the central pillars of his business strategy. By the 1990s and 2000s Trump was licensing his name to buildings around the world, taking a fee for the Trump name while the actual developers took on the financial risk. But the 1980s and early 1990s were also the period of Trump's biggest financial crisis. Trump's casino and hotel ventures in Atlantic City, including the Trump Taj Mahal, Trump Plaza, and Trump Castle, went into serious financial trouble. Multiple Trump entities filed for bankruptcy, 6 times in total between 1991 and 2009. Trump personally was close to bankruptcy in the early 1990s. His banks required him to live on a personal allowance of $450,000 a month while they restructured his debts. And then came the thing that saved him. Television. The Apprentice premiered on NBC in January 2004. It was a reality competition show where contestants competed for a job in the Trump Organization. The catchphrase was "You're fired." It was an immediate massive hit. And what The Apprentice did for Trump's finances is almost impossible to overstate. It did not just make him money directly, though it did. Trump earned around $427 million from The Apprentice and related deals over the course of the show's run, according to the New York Times. More importantly, it rebuilt his public image. By the mid-1990s Trump was widely seen in business circles as someone whose companies kept going bankrupt. The Apprentice transformed him back into the image of the ultimate successful businessman, the boss, the dealmaker, the man who decided who succeeded and who failed. That rebuilt image allowed Trump to dramatically expand his licensing business. The Trump name, refreshed by television, became more valuable than it had ever been. He licensed it to buildings in Toronto, Panama, the Philippines, Turkey, and across the United States. He launched Trump University. He launched a range of products from steaks to water to suits. Most of these ventures eventually failed or collapsed. Trump University was shut down and settled a fraud lawsuit for $25 million in 2016. The steaks, the water, the airline all gone. But the brand survived. And the brand was the business. Now here is where the story gets extraordinary. Because what happened to Trump's wealth during and after his political career is unlike almost anything seen in modern American history. When Trump ran for president in 2015, Forbes estimated his net worth at approximately $4.5 billion. By 2020, during his first term, it had actually dropped. Forbes estimated his net worth fell to around $2.5 billion as some of his real estate assets underperformed and the pandemic hurt his hospitality businesses. But then something changed, and it changed fast. Between 2024, when he was still campaigning, and September 2025, Trump's net worth went from $4.3 billion to $7.3 billion according to Forbes. He jumped 118 spots on the Forbes 400 list of wealthiest Americans in a single year. How did that happen? Let me break it down into the specific streams of money. Real estate. In 2024, Trump signed several foreign real estate investment deals that boosted revenue to $45 million, a 580% increase according to Forbes. His golf courses and resorts also bounced back, adding approximately $325 million to his net worth. Media and Truth Social. Trump's controlling share of Trump Media and Technology Group, the company that owns Truth Social, is worth approximately $1.2 billion in paper value as of March 2026. This is a volatile asset that moves with the stock price, but it represents a significant portion of his declared wealth. Merchandise and licensing. According to his own financial disclosure forms, Trump earned more than $10 million from the sale of Bibles, guitars, watches, sneakers and fragrances in 2025 alone. These are products sold directly off the back of his political profile. And then there is crypto. And this is the most extraordinary and most controversial part of the entire story. Trump was once publicly critical of cryptocurrency. He called Bitcoin a scam. He said crypto was not real money. He was skeptical, vocal, and consistent about it. And then he completely reversed his position. In 2025, Trump became one of the most prominent crypto advocates in the world. He launched his own meme coin called Dollar Trump. He launched a crypto project called World Liberty Financial. His family launched a stablecoin called $1. In just 10 months of 2025, Trump's crypto ventures alone added an estimated $2 billion to his fortune according to multiple financial outlets. His meme coin tokens were valued at $709 million. His World Liberty Financial token were valued at $338 million. His stablecoin business added another $235 million. But here is the detail that generated the most serious scrutiny. Days before Trump's second inauguration in January 2025, an Abu Dhabi investment vehicle backed by Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the United Arab Emirates national security advisor and brother of the UAE's president, purchased 49% of World Liberty Financial for $500 million. This deal was first reported by the Wall Street Journal on January 31, 2026. It sent approximately $187 million directly to entities controlled by the Trump family. Shortly after this investment, the Trump administration approved a plan to export advanced AI chips to the UAE despite national security concerns about China. Also in 2025, former Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao, who had been convicted of money laundering, was pardoned by Trump. Binance subsequently received a $2 billion investment from an Emirati firm conducted using the Trump family's own $1 stablecoin. It was described as the largest crypto transaction in history at that point. The New Yorker estimated in February 2026 that Trump and his family made $4.05 billion since his second inauguration on ventures that depend directly on his role as President of the United States. When a reporter asked Trump about the conflicts of interest involved in these deals, he said, and this is a direct quote from his January 2026 New York Times interview, "I found out that nobody cared and I'm allowed to." In January 2026, Saudi developer Dar Al Arkan announced it would launch 2 Trump-branded luxury projects in Riyadh and Jeddah with a combined value of $10 billion according to Reuters. This announcement came after Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman visited the White House in November 2025. During that visit, Trump announced the U.S. would sell advanced F-35 fighter jets to Saudi Arabia and promised to lift restrictions on AI chip sales. In the same month, the Trump family office announced a $7 billion real estate project in Saudi Arabia focused on a hotel, golf course, and luxury homes. Trump said publicly he had nothing to do with the family business. His exact words in a video posted to X were, "I have nothing to do with the family business. What my family does is fine. They do business all over." The pattern across all of these deals is consistent. American policy decisions, selling fighter jets, lifting chip restrictions, foreign pardons, crypto deregulation appear to coincide with major financial benefits flowing to Trump and his family. Legal experts and ethics watchdogs have called this an unprecedented level of financial self-dealing from the presidency. Trump's position is that he is allowed to do it and that nobody has stopped him. So let me give you a full snapshot of what Trump actually owns right now as of April 2026 according to Forbes. His cryptocurrency and liquid holdings total approximately $2.4 billion. His Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida is valued at approximately $458 million net. He owns his Trump Tower triplex and commercial space in Manhattan. He owns golf courses and resorts across the United States, Scotland, Ireland, and Dubai. His controlling stake in Trump Media and Technology Group is valued at approximately $1.2 billion. His unrealized crypto holdings, including WLFI governance tokens, carry a combined estimated value of approximately $570 million. Forbes also reports that Trump holds $1.1 billion in liabilities against $8.4 billion in assets. His liquid assets, the cash and assets he could actually sell quickly, amount to only about $1.1 billion. The rest is tied up in real estate, media stock, and crypto, all of which can change value rapidly and dramatically. Forbes pegged his overall fortune at $6.3 billion as of April 2026, nearly 3 times his estimated $2.4 billion at the start of 2024. So here is what I want to leave you with. Donald Trump's financial story is genuinely extraordinary, not because he built it the way he said he did, but because of what it actually shows about how wealth, power, and politics intersect in America in 2026. He did not build a $6 billion fortune purely through real estate genius. He inherited enormous wealth from his father. He used bankruptcy laws to restructure debt while keeping personal assets. He turned a television show into a brand revival. He used political power to generate foreign investment deals worth billions. He launched a cryptocurrency while sitting as president and simultaneously deregulating the crypto industry. Whether you think that is brilliant, controversial, or something else entirely, the numbers are real. And the story behind those numbers is one that almost nobody is telling completely honestly. Now you have the full picture. If this kind of full story breakdown is what you are looking for, verified details, real numbers, no fake headlines, hit subscribe right now. I post every single week and every video gives you the complete story from beginning to end. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Trump is a financial genius? Or do you think the story behind the money is more complicated than what he tells the world? I read every single comment and I reply to as many as I can. I have put the next video right up on your screen now. See you there.